This is the Boston Celtics newsfeed on CLNS. Today is Wednesday, November 29th, 2017. This is Corey Prescott reporting for CLNS, the leading online provider of audiovisual coverage for the Boston Celtics. With the Philadelphia 76ers rolling into Boston tomorrow night, Celtics stars Al Horford and Kyrie Irving, along with head coach Brad Stevens, were asked about the process and how it has worked out for the 76ers. Said Horford, quote, "I think it worked out pretty good. Those guys, it worked out really well. That's not the way you want to do it, but it worked out great. You have a guy like Joel Embiid, you have Ben Simmons, you just have a lot of great players over there. Then you bring in some veterans, JJ Redick, Amir Johnson, and all of a sudden, you're a playoff team. The future is very bright for them." End quote. Although the process was like other NBA rebuilding processes in some ways, it was a sheer blatancy at which it was done that inspired so much commotion. I mean, the Sixers were almost entirely responsible for changing the draft lottery rules that go in effect for the 2019 NBA draft and are designed to disincentivize teams from tanking or bottoming out in order to try and land a future star through the draft. Led by the immortal Sam Hinkie, the team continually sold off veterans and quality pieces for future pieces, all the while neglecting the current product on the floor. The rebuilding effort in Philly began during the 2013-14 season when the team went 19-63 during Brett Brown's first season as head coach. Including that season, Philadelphia owns a 75-336 record since, an almost unfathomably poor record that was highlighted or lowlighted by a 10-win campaign in 2015-16. In hindsight, the Golden State Warriors nearly bested 4 seasons and change from the Sixers during the Warriors' recent 73-win season. But like Andy Dufresne and Shawshank Redemption, the Sixers and their fans climbed through 500 miles of excrement to get to this point, and this point is filled with unlimited promise. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, chosen 3rd and 1st overall in their respective draft classes, are the prize jewels at the end of that tunnel, and if both players can stay healthy, a question mark for Embiid, Philadelphia should contend for years to come. With Simmons and Embiid playing together for the first time, the Sixers own an 11-8 record, good for 5th in the Eastern Conference. Said Stevens, quote, "I think Philly's got a really good team. I think they've been really well coached for a long time. They have good young talent. They obviously have endured misfortune when you think about Simmons missing all the year last year, Fultz some of the year this year thus far, and then Embiid has missed a bunch of his first 3 years. If those guys are all healthy, they probably had won a lot more games before this year." End quote. From a medical staff that has been anything but transparent to missteps and mishandlings of high draft picks like Jahlil Okafor and Markelle Fultz, and even the odd resignation letter handed in by Sam Hinkie, nothing about the process has been conventional. Said Irving, quote, "I don't know if it's the conventional way of the way things have been done through NBA history, but it's working for them, where they had some high talent come in, and they drafted well, and had guys that may not have played their first seasons due to injuries or something like that, but when they're on the floor, they're pretty effective." End quote. And amidst the NBA boom in young talent, Celtics fans can point to a number of players, but particularly Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, a tandem of 21 and under forwards who appear to be on their way to stardom. In his 11th season in the league, Horford said he has never seen so many great players across the league. He also said that Tatum is way ahead of the game and that Brown, in just his 2nd season in the NBA, is the Celtics' X Factor. In other NBA news and notes, Celtics forward Gershon Yabusele, who was sent down on assignment to the G League Maine Red Claws, played in last night's 111-100 win against the Westchester Knicks. The Dancing Bear made the most of his playing time with 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in 38 minutes. 2017 Celtics draft choices, Jabari Bird and Kadeem Allen, played as well. Bird scored 12, while Allen added 26 points. The previously mentioned Joel Embiid will sit out tomorrow night's game against the Celtics. Hawks center Dwayne Dedmon will miss 3 to 6 weeks with a stress reaction, and in a big blow to an already on-the-ropes Los Angeles Clippers team, Blake Griffin is expected to miss 2 months with a sprained MCL. And take note, Celtics fans, the Cleveland Cavaliers are reportedly targeting a mid-December return for Isaiah Thomas. That would put him in line for the Cavs' Christmas Day matchup against the Golden State Warriors, as well as the much-anticipated January 3rd game in Boston. Listen up, Hoops fans. Basketball season is back, and now that your favorite hardwood heroes have returned to action, it's time for you to put your fantasy knowledge to the test to win huge cash prizes every night playing one-day fantasy basketball at DraftKings.com. At DraftKings, there are so many ways to play. You can choose from public contests with huge cash prizes or private contests where you can compete against your friends. They've even got beginner and casual contests where you'll play against people of similar skill level. And of course, the best part, you get to draft a brand new team team each day. Huge cash prizes and bragging rights await only at DraftKings. Use code CLNS at DraftKings.com to play free with your first deposit for your share of $10,000 in total prizes tonight. Don't wait. Use code CLNS at DraftKings.com now to choose your lineup. That's code CLNS only at DraftKings.com. The game inside the game. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. To stay up to speed on the 17-time world champions, follow CLNS on Twitter at CLNS Media. Be sure to subscribe to the Celtics newsfeed both on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as the CLNS mobile podcast app. This has been Corey Prescott for Celtics Newsfeed.